What did the Civil War soldier wear? In a word, everything. Whether he was Union or Confederate, the Civil War soldier was responsible for carrying all of his personal goods from camp on the march to the battlefield and all over again from the time he enlisted in 1861 till the time he went home in 1865. So starting with one of the most basic necessities, the soldier is going to wear his food, namely in a haversack. Typically, this included 3 days worth of bread, meat, and coffee, along with any cooking utensils that they would have. Their cooking utensils, by the way, they provide themselves. Water was carried in a canteen like this one. This is covered in jean cloth. Most canteens are covered in some sort of covering to help keep the water inside cool. Necessary for any soldier is their ammunition. The ammunition would be carried in the cartridge box right here. The cartridge box would probably weigh between 4 or 5 pounds because it is full of 40 rounds of lead and the powder that goes with it. So it seems easy to carry it on my body right now, but imagine this loaded down with 4 or 5 pounds, and you've got an idea of what it might be like to carry this on the march. You'll also notice that I am wearing a knapsack. This is the regulation knapsack that would have been issued to soldiers in the Union Army. Confederates have them too, either by issue or more often from taking them from captured or dead Yankees. In here I have a blanket, a change of clothing, my shelter half, or half of a tent, which I would share with a buddy, and any other ground cloth that I might want to use to keep me protected from the elements. In other words, the knapsack is the soldier's house. There were many varieties of hats that were seen during the Civil War. The one I'm wearing now, the 1858 fatigue cap or forage cap, was by far the most common. Confederates often wore civilian hats, mostly due to a lack of enforcement of regulations in the Confederate armies. The next most obvious piece of clothing is the jacket or the coat worn by the soldier. Union troops wore blue most of the time. Confederates wore gray or some version of tan or butternut, sort of off gray color. There were also many varieties of coats used in both armies, but the average Civil War soldier would have been wearing what I am wearing now, which is a 4-button coat known as a sack coat or fatigue blouse. There's more variety in coats in the Confederate Army, where each state is providing different clothing for its own troops. And the trousers, along with the coat and even the cap, are all made of wool. For us today, it seems a little bit strange to be standing on a battlefield, say in July of 1863, and wearing wool outside in the sun. But we have to remember that wool actually wicks moisture away from the body, so it actually stays quite cool. And more importantly, wool is durable. Imagine marching through the woods at Spotsylvania Courthouse and getting caught on nettles and briars wearing an Under Armour shirt or a pair of cotton pants. You'd be torn up. But in a pair of wool trousers and in a wool jacket, that wool is going to withstand much more the rigors of the active life of a soldier. Soldiers in both armies would have been issued shoes or boots like the one I'm wearing. These are made of leather and they are also designed to be durable. Though remember, these are pegged soles, so sometimes they come apart, and that's why soldiers in both armies often go barefoot. Soldiers were also required to provide their own socks, so soldiers are frequently writing home asking for a new pair of socks from their loved ones. Soldiers in both armies would have been issued canton flannel shirts, which they thought were itchy and uncomfortable. They often called them hair shirts, and many soldiers preferred to wear cotton shirtings like the one I'm wearing now. Last but not least, I have my musket, or my rifle musket. This is an 1861 Springfield, which was the standard issue long arm of the United States Army during the Civil War. Confederates also had access to some weapons like this, or its British counterpart, the 1853 Enfield, and there was also a number of different European varieties of the rifle musket that were used by both armies during the American Civil War. On my waist belt, I have a cap pouch, which carries the percussion caps, which are vital to the firing process of a rifle musket, as well as my bayonet. The bayonet attaches to the muzzle of the rifle musket, turning this firearm into a pike. Well, I suggest to you that if you want to understand the soldier experience of the American Civil War, put on one of their uniforms. Wear the hat, wear the wool, carry the knapsack, and carry the rifle musket, and see what the weight of war feels like on your shoulders.